Hey, good to see you guys back. Sorry, these days have been going by fast. I looked down in my old video and it's like 8 or 9 days have gone by so far. But yeah, this summer's just been a broken record, just dry. A little bit of light showers off in the distance. We had maybe 20 hundredths the other night, but it doesn't amount to much. It's kind of much of a deficit we're running. But I don't know if you can kind of see off, but these beans are starting to get a hue of yellow to them. We got some neighbors in the area that are starting to turn. When you hear farmers say beans are starting to turn, it usually means they're starting to turn. They're yellow. It means they're mature. They're gonna start getting ready to start dropping their leaves here in a few weeks. Maybe 1 or 2 weeks they'll start dropping leaves. Just depends on the stage they're at. I'm guessing this will be the last set for our gravity on our beans. Actually, I know it probably will be for this one because that tank's running out of fuel. When I get over it this time, we're not gonna want to fill it up again, the price of fuel. Now I got the water running on a set over there. I'm gonna flip these valves. These gates are open. Right here, I gotta shut these off and push it up over that hill, kind of up over there. There's a small field that it's kind of a pain to water, but it's nice to be able to water it, I guess. Those coons, they like to crap everywhere. So I'm here, I'm gonna check the dripper. Maybe I'll adjust this later in the video. My Polaris didn't make it through the season. It's nothing completely major, but it's something I'm not gonna put up with. I'll explain it later in the video, but let's start shutting off these gates so we can push the water. Actually, I need to go make sure my valves are open up right because I don't want to blow the pipe apart. See, I'm gonna make sure this goes that way. That's shut off. But yeah, we got to push it up over this hill, and there's a north-south rows. Those beans are actually turning fairly good just because they can't get as much water. You can see our water starting to show up here, so I'll just go down the line and shut off these gates because it's already set over there. That I can do that in one set, meaning I can irrigate that in one. It only takes one set of gates to do that one. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but you could just maybe tell there's a little bit of a yellowish hue starting in on these beans. This builds up so much pressure here that every once in a great while this will happen. Sorry I dropped you guys. I can shove on this enough. Maybe this will work. Find my persuader. Not bad. We'll run over this hill, see if anything's coming out. So this right here is a spot that the water doesn't penetrate very well. Obviously it gets water, but it's just these lighter clay soils just don't have the holding capacity. And plus this whole little field, it's probably a 10-acre field is all, but you can see the bottom end's still green. It's just right here on these hillsides, it just doesn't retain water, which causes those to turn a little sooner. But no, this will be the last set for this field. Then I'll shut it off. Someday pull the pipe apart and pick it up, and hopefully we'll probably be harvesting a couple weeks. Who knows? We'll see. So we're heading out to a field now. We got to diagnose a pivot. It's tower number 9, which it's on this big pivot, which that's kind of becoming the star of the show right now. I've got my backpack. I stole a backpack from my wife. It's actually my old college backpack that the kids were using, but the one I used to use and store my stuff in broke like a year or two ago, and I just never replaced it. And so now I got this one, because when I go out there, this is kind of going to be a walk. It's tower number 9 out of 17 towers. If I go out there, I want to make sure if it's something small, I can be able to fix it and come back. If not, you know, I'll have to come back, and if it's something worse like a center drive or a gearbox or flat tire, then we'll have to drive out there. So that's where we're heading out to now. We're getting a few sprinkles, but they're not going to amount to much. One thing, if I'm testing stuff down at the pit or the tower that's bad, I don't want to shock myself, so that's why I do that. So here's the school bag full of goodies. I don't know if you see me weigh it, but it was 1,000 pounds. I don't want to brag, but I'm bragging. So when I was in high school, you carried your bag like this off of one shoulder. How did you guys do it? But for this, I'm gonna do it nerd style and go like this. Pretty stagnant out right now, no wind, a little bit of a humidity. I'm gonna walk 9 towers out there, so this is just setting the scene here. You can see the first few doesn't get hit by the sprinkler very well. Tower 1. Also, luckily this isn't completely a 90 degrees against the row, or else I'd have to be walking against this corn. I can walk the rows for the most part. It's kind of at a slight, probably 20 degree angle towards the rows, so I can kind of walk, jog over, walk with the towers. That helps a little bit. It's always nice if it's right with the row, but okay. Here's the one I think that's in question. Ah, shoot. Well, that'll do it. Tire shot. That was so much for bringing this backpack out. Alrighty then. Take a second here and then we'll go back. It was 10 towers. What I'm gonna do is leave my bag here, since I will be coming in with a 4-wheeler, so I don't have to haul this junk out. Go from there. Stay put, buddy. So these were some tires that got replaced. That could work as spares that we just kind of packed over here. The only bad thing is a little bit of time has gone by and these thickets kind of grew up around them. And this one looks like it's the best one. I guess we'll call it this 4-wheeler's first test. Go get the jack, impact. Yeah, you'll see. I'll bring this along. too slow. There's a coyote right here. Ran off over there. I actually seen him last night when I was out here seeing which tower it was. As you can see, this is a spot where the end gun doesn't quite reach. A little dry. So I'm trying to pick a row that's right in line with the tower. Oh, well, we're here. Yeah. Clear some crap out of the way. Bonus! It's the ones with the nuts on the back. That was a great idea, Valley. Great idea. Okay, got the jack on. It's jacked up a little bit. I got a wrench on the back to start to see if this works. If not, I got a wobble extension and an extension to see if I can get back there too. So let's try this out. I don't really have a great place to set the camera, and I don't have my magnet mount. So bear with me, see what it works. Okay, say both the lug bolts came off that had the studs on them, or not the studs, the nuts. So I'll take the rest of this off and see how we get the other one on. So I'm going to put one of these lug bolts in just to have something to hang the rest of the tire off of. Oh, shoot. Got it, or close. Okay. I don't know if you caught any of that, but I think we're good. Okay, a little bit of defeat with this guy. I don't have a chain or my winch on this yet. And so just initial, I don't think I'm going to be able to lift it very easily up there. So I'm going to come back later and drag it out of here. That way I don't really overdo it. So I'll load this up and head out of here. Do a quick random mirror check. Oh, some of these are kind of smaller right here, but well, they're earthy. This feels pretty random. You can kind of see the starch line coming down. It's about a quarter on this one. That starch line is right there. I don't know if you can see where it turns from like light yellow to darker yellow. It's that milk line coming down until it gets to the bottom. Then you call it black layer. That's when corn is to its pretty much its peak maturity. Air. Who knew, right? So now is going to be the moment of truth. See whatever works. It should work. It's going to work. It's got to work. Right? Right now I'm backing it up to get it back in line so it's not safetied out at that tower that we just fixed the tire on. Then we'll move it forward and start the water. But where it's like in the middle of this pivot, it takes a little while to line that thing back up. Old King Quad didn't do too bad for its maiden voyage. Got it yesterday and definitely used it today. So while we're waiting here, what happened to my Polaris is the CV axles, both of them went out on it. So essentially, I have a two-wheel drive four-wheeler, and I'm disappointed on how long it lasted. And also there was a few other things on it that were just bugging me. Found this one. It looked like a solid, simple unit, so we'll see how it works. Finding four-wheelers this time of year, and now, yeah, you're on a waiting list pretty much, unless if you get lucky and find one in the wild. Okay, it's holding. Gonna start the water to it and go forward because it's gotta work, right? Actually, I'll let it run forward for it just a little bit, just to make sure everything works. Then I'll start the water to it. Alright, so this pivot's cycled a couple times here, so I'm fairly confident it's gonna work, and we will start the water and let her rip. Let's get out of here. Alright guys, I think that'll do it for this video, but I will miss you till the next one. Later.